Let's dive into AI. Follow me.
Okay, so I spent the last 10 minutes prompting ChatGPT to get different departments' SOPs done. So again, assuming I'm a fictitious roofing company, we're Titan Roofing and Exteriors, as per ChatGPT. So I just asked it, hey, I'm a fictitious roofing company. Give me SOPs for all the different departments. You'll see them here. So first thing I want to do is I want to create a Google Drive folder. It's going to be new SOPs. Within that, I'm going to create subfolders, right? So warranty, sales, production, marketing, lead intake, finance, APAR, any ones that are relevant to your company, there should be a folder. And then within those folders, you should have subfolders, right? So warranties should have subfolders within it. You know, filing a warranty for this manufacturer, for this, Owens Corning and GF. Let's say you install both. Each should have a folder. And then within that folder, there should be a process for filing that warranty with each manufacturer if it's different, right? So if we go in here, say, create me a sales process for my roofing company. Now let's give it some context, right? Because the more work we do on the front end, the more context we give it, the closer it'll be to what we want when it comes out. We want to set up our sales process for an in-home demo, one call close with all decision makers present, unless you want to run one-leggers and always get the objection that I got to talk to my wife. All right, so let's see ChatGPT do its work here. Absolutely. Here's a high conversion sales process designed specifically for your roofing company with the goal of one call close. Objective, book appointment, So now we start getting into the meat and potatoes of it. So lead qualification. This is what the CSR needs to do in order to set you up for success, right? Here's a key line. Okay, pre-appointment prep. These are the things you want your rep to do. Arrival and rapport, exterior and attic inspection, sit down presentation. So it's going to talk through all these things. And you might look at this and say, well, shit, this looks decent, but this doesn't cover our sales process. Like, it needs to be more robust. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this from the top. I'm going to create a new Google Doc. I'm going to put all that information there. Go back to ChatGPT. This is great top level information, but I need a script for the salespeople as well. So our options are, we can sit there, we can pay somebody a lot of money to come create a script for us. And like, that's fine. I know a lot of people in the sales coaching and training space where like they deliver a lot of value and it is worth it to pay them. But also, if you're just starting a company, if you're a younger company, if you're doing $1 million and you don't have the resources where you could pay somebody $20,000 to come say, hey, develop my sales process, this is a great starting point. Now you read through this stuff, right? And everybody's sales process tends to be a little bit different, right? But you read through the stuff and start chunking it. So it's like, okay, present options, educate on the roofing system, sit down, maybe want to add something in where it's like, okay, we want to build more trust on the front end. I want to make sure to include a part of the process early on to build trust. We present our insurance and license to homeowner in the beginning and also give them a website to visit to verify any contractors' credentials that they are considering. Guys, I'm not a sales pro. I'm simply doing this for the sake of the exercise. Okay, great call. It's a powerful way to establish authority. Bang, so now we update it. Framing the appointment and establishing trust. Okay. First things first, we hand them the folder. We'd like to be fully transparent if you ever want to double check any contractor's credentials. So now it gives you a script specific to that part of the process. Read through, present options. For presenting options, we like to do a good, better, best, but we usually push people toward the middle option. Create a script for that. Okay, so now we've got this. So what we do is we start chunking it and taking the bits of information it's giving us and digging deeper into each different one of those sections. And at the end of it, take everything we have talked about and elaborated on and create the sales process doc and script together. So So now all the additional context that we've given it, all the information it is iterated on based on our prompting, all right, it's going to create that for us. And obviously you would spend more time on this than what we just did to make sure that every step of the process is ironed out. But this could be the difference between you spending 4 weeks on developing a sales process and you spending 4 days, getting it exactly where you want it. So this is incredibly helpful. And if you're not using this, you absolutely should be. There's different LLMs out there. It doesn't have to be ChatGPT. Find one that suits you best. All right, so let's assume this is all good. So once you get it to where you want it, now we're going to go to File. We're going to go to Move. And remember, we have a sales folder within that Google Drive of new SOPs. We're going to move it right into that. Once we get the entire process developed, I'd probably piece it out to different folders, right? Like lead generation, initial call, scheduling the appointment, first meeting, where to go from there, second meeting, et cetera. And have each one of those compartmentalized in a folder. So if there's a rep that's struggling with one particular part of the process, it's easy to find the information that we need in order to remind them of the process and then coach and develop them through that. But yeah, you can create the SOPs for your company super, super quick. Much more efficiently, and with a higher level of intention. Now, let's say your company, you're at a few $1 million last year, but you went to 5 or 6 this year, maybe even 7, like 2 clap for you. You're doing a great job. Now, as the company grows, so too does our SOPs. The processes around delivering the ultimate product and experience we want to our customer needs to evolve commensurately, right? It has to change. Otherwise, if you're running SOPs from a $2 or $3 million company for a $6 or $7 million company, you're gonna have some real fucking problems. And most likely it's gonna be unhappy customers or employees or both, right? So this is a platform, NotebookLM. Think about the way you use Google or ChatGPT, right? You query it. You want something, you need information, bang. It gives us the most relevant information that it has curated from all over the internet, every corner, right? And here's the most relevant for you, Mike. Fantastic. Love it. Now, what NotebookLM allows you to do is upload the data sources that you want for it to query to give you answers about something that's relevant to you. So for instance, if we're a $6 to $7 million company grown from a $2 to $3 million company 12 months ago, and we know that shit's going to change and has changed and we need to change and evolve, I'm going to upload all my SOPs directly to NotebookLM. What I'm then going to ask it to do is say, hey, we were a $3 million company. Now we're doing $7 million. We're facing these challenges, right? These are the symptoms that we're dealing with. We're having issues with ordering materials, right? We tend to be short on 30% of our jobs. We're noticing that, we've got 10% of our customers are having a less than desirable experience. That's up from 2% the previous year. We're noticing that our percentage of calls that are answered before 4 rings is starting to decrease, and the more of them are going past 4 rings, which is an important metric for us to be answered quickly. Evaluate our processes. What are some ideas? Give me the top 3 ideas as far as process-wise, things that we could change to address all of these concerns, right? And now it synthesizes all the information of the way that you've been running your company and gives you contextually relevant advice as far as things that you could potentially do. And maybe the advice is spot on. Maybe you need to tweak it. Maybe just ask it the same question twice. But if it's your responsibility to go through and remind yourself of every single SOP for every single department and then go and try to iterate it, it's going to be a fucking nightmare. And if we're being honest, you're probably just not going to do it. And you're just going to deal with the pain of not evolving. So if you can use this as a way to make sure that's being done in a way that's not incredibly painful, this is an incredible resource. But it's not just limited to SOPs. If you think about finances, right? Like upload your last 5 years of P&Ls, right? So that would be 60 P&Ls, monthly P&Ls. Hey, where did we spend the most money as far as marketing? You could also upload, if you want to ask it that, upload your reporting as well. Where did we spend the most money over the last 60 months, and what has been the most effective pound for pound marketing channel for us? You could upload if you've got data on your calls, right? Like, hey, where are the most of our calls coming from, right? What is the average length of time for one of our calls, for an answered phone call, right? So now you can start to understand the customer experience, and maybe if it's like 33 seconds, that to me would be an indication that we're probably getting a lot of spam or shit calls. Like, so that's going to raise my attention there. There's so many different things that you can use this platform for that can massively impact your company, and you absolutely should. So if you got questions, reach out, drop them in the comments below. Either way, make sure that you follow for more helpful content.